I sincerely thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for seeing another day. Today being Friday, the 6th day of Jumadal-Ula, the 5th month of the Islamic calendar, 1446 years after the hijrah of our noble messenger. May the peace, salutations, and benedictions of Allah be upon him. The 8th day of November 2024 of the Gregorian calendar. We are asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept all our good deeds and forgive all our shortcomings and transgressions. As we are converged here, oh Allah, we ask you to bring us together in Jannatul Firdaus. Last week's sermon was centered on the second pillar of Iman, Al-Iman bil Malaika, to believe in the angels, the special creatures of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we said, God wills, Allah's will, we are going to discuss about the hierarchical order as far as the positions of the angels is concerned. But unfortunately, this week there was an incident that happened regarding our children that were arrested, detained, and malnourished for quite a number of months, about 3 months. So we want to discuss about the lessons derived from the detention and malnourishing of the children of the End Bad Governance protest that happened or took place on the 1st day of August 2024. During this protest, about 74 children and adults were arrested and from Kano and 44 from Kaduna. They were detained for 3 months, which contradicts the constitutional rights of Nigeria. A citizen of Nigeria, in the constitution, you cannot be cuffed, you cannot be detained for over 24 hours, above 24 hours. Within 24 hours, the police, they arrest you, they should hand over, they should take you to the court. That is the rulings. That's the constitutional rights of every citizen. But look at how these children were detained for 3 months. They were malnourished. Not enough food to eat. When you see them, you see a hungry man. So when the lawyer, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala pay him with Jannatul Firdaus, he strived to make sure that they were taken to the court. And they were brought before the judge. 3 of them panted because of hunger. All were malnourished. Justice Obiora A. Eguato, when he saw them, he has to even stop the case. He has to wait for a while because what he saw. But unfortunately, when he came out of the chambers, instead of him to show sympathy to these children, he went on to grant a bail. But during the conditions of the bail, each one single child must pay 10 million naira. If they have 10 million naira, what will take them outside to protest? What is the protest all about? It's about hunger. It's about poverty. It's about hardship. Now you're asking for 10 million naira while you are bailing someone with 500 million naira after stealing a lot of money from the treasury of the government. 10 million naira. Not only 10 million naira, he has to provide 2 sureties. Must also based in Abuja. They're working here. Their houses are in Maitama, not Jagala houses in other places. Where do you think they can get this 10 million naira? These children, where are their parents getting this money? Nowhere. It's even because of the hunger and hardship they went out to protest. And now you're asking for 10 million naira as a bail, which means Turji is better than you are. Because Turji will not ask for 10 million naira for a child. And there is no surety for Turji. If he kidnapped you, you pay ransom to take your children. But there's nothing like surety. But in this case, 10 million naira and 2 sureties from people who are based in Abuja with their houses in my town. And they must also submit their passports, international passport to the court. This condition is very, very hard. It will be very hard to fulfill. But I salute Mr. President for releasing them. Yes, give honor to whom honor is due. In this regard, you have done the best. You have done what is expected of you. But that could have been better. I mean, as soon as before even they were brought to this stage. Listen to the Federal Government Council, Barrister Rimozante Ezekiel. He said they are all adults. Didn't you see them? How can you term all these children to be adults? They were graduates, they were married, they are not minor. A lawyer of that matter. Ain't you ashamed of yourself? After being seen, the children were collapsing inside the court. And you are calling them adults? After they were seen by a lot of people. They were trending the social media. Now, the charges against them were, number 1, treason. Number 2, vandalism, disrupting peace of the people. Then coup. Now listen to this treason. Who are these treasoners? The treason. Is there any treason than what the leaders were doing? The treason is from the leaders, from the president, ministers, senators, reps, governors. You are the one that cheat our country. If you have done what you are supposed to do, these children will not go out to protest. You have stolen the money, you accumulated the money, not even in Nigeria but abroad. During the Baba's regime, a committee was set by Baba, and one of the people, a senator, former governor, former this and former that, one account, he has 69 billion US dollars. When you change it to naira, it's about 150 trillion naira. More than the 5 years budget of Nigeria. One person. And you're calling a child. Subhanallah. Who has committed a treason now? Is it the person that stole this money? Or the person that went out to protest against hunger, hardship, and difficulties? They have not committed any treason. Okay, raising the flag of Russia, USSR, some of them do not even know what that flag means. They are not even aware. They just saw the flag and they were given, and who knows, it was just a float that you give the flag to them so that you can arrest them. Because why did they get the flags? So there is nothing like treason here, because they are not aware. Number 1, they are not aware. Some of them do not even know whether it is Russia or whatever. They just read the flag. And they are not even aware what the treason is. They are children. Most of them are children. Number 2, vandalism. Yes, of course. I can bear witness because I have seen it. There is a sort of vandalism during the protest. Then disrupting the peace of the Ummah. Yes. But coup, if you call them coup plotters, where are they plotting the coup? They are armless. They are not soldiers. They are not police. They are not anyone. They are children. How will they overthrow the government? So this is a blatant lie. Now, the real criminals are there. If you want to arrest them, go and arrest them. The Turji is there. Some of your former governors are there. Even some of them are in the Senate and in the House of Reps. They are the criminals. They are the ones that stole the money that people have. People are hungry because of They have not done what they are supposed to do. Let's call a spade a spade. These are the real criminals. Someone stealing 80 billion, 100 billion, 10 billion, and before you know he is being released, he has been tarred, Sarkin Kaza. For what? And you call children committing, you expect the children, when you arrest them, you say they're committing treason to the nation. Where are our northern leaders? Where are our governors, traditional rulers, ulamas, human rights lawyers, human rights activists and lawyers? Where are you? All this is happening to these children. Remember, the lesson we can learn from this incident is that there is lawlessness in the country. If the law, if the constitution is being followed, these children should not have been kept or detained for more than 24 hours. But they were detained for 3 months. And then we also learned that the law of the country is only applicable only to the poor. Why the rich were not arrested? Why are they not, the rest of the law is not coming on them, but the children, because they belong to the poor family. If it were the children of the rich, you'll not see them there. They will not spend a single day or a single night in that custody of the police. There is lack of sympathy from the government. Though I have seen now, Mr. President has ordered their release to show sympathy, but they have already suffered. One of the sympathy you are going to show, pay them compensation. Let them have their compensation for what you have done to them. The damages. You stopped them from going to school. You kept them without justification. You kept them hungry. All this, you pay them. That's another way of showing sympathy. It also shows incompetence of some of the security agents. They cannot distinguish from from someone who is protester and who is not among the protesters. That should be, the work of the security agents to differentiate between who comes out to protest and who was not among them. Then the brutality of the police, how they were beaten, how they are left hungry. It shows that our police, have no mercy on the children. Then, one of the lessons we can learn from here is the government is trying to put fear into the minds of Nigerians against future protests. Whereas Mr. President was the one who led the protest during Jonathan's regime. He led the protest when Jonathan said he's going to remove the subsidy. Adding 100 naira to a liter, he came out to protest with his people. They said removing the subsidy will cause a lot of hardship to the people. It will increase the prices of commodities. It will do this, it will do that. Then why did you do that? It is your turn now. It is your turn now. And why did you remove the subsidy? When you told the other government that if they do that, there's going to be hardship in the country. So they are arresting you, the masses, in order to prevent another occurrence, future occurrence of any protest. And that should not happen. Because it is a civil right of every Nigerian, when something goes wrong, he goes out to show his dismay. That he's not together with this situation. Then I can say, from look of things, that you are fighting the North. Yes. And therefore the northern people should rise up. Last but not least, I can see non-patriotism of the northern people. If it were in the south, these children will not spend these days or this month in the custody of the police without having them in the court. You will see hundreds of lawyers going to protect them, to stand for them. But where are we? Some scholars have been saying it serves them rights because your child is not among them. So we ask Allah to take a revenge on their behalf. O Allah, whosoever has hand in their detention, malnourishing, O Allah, you know what to do with him. You are the avenger of the virgins. You are avenger of the virgins. O Allah, take responsibility of, avenging on their behalf. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to guide us aright. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.